Alright, I'm getting ready to do my second hair cutting video with our oldest son, Greg the second. Spray my wall clippers off with a little Andy's Cool Care cleaner, coolant, lubricant, rust preventative, and disinfectant. And I'm gonna give him a high, pretty much bald fade, and I'm gonna basically just leave the top. I'm gonna just trim it up, the wild hairs off of it, let the top grow out, and I'll probably give him a diagonal part like I did his little brother Gabriel. So I'm gonna start with the blades all the way closed at the very bottom of his hairline, so I won't have to do much of that at the end. Hopefully he stays still like his little brother. And I'm going to take the line, the initial line, all the way up to right below the crown of his head. So it's going to be pretty high all the way around in a U shape. Brush them off. Now the back is going to be above the occipital bone. Turn them around. I'll go around him. Pretty much the same level all the way around for the initial fading line that I'm making. That's the line I'm going to fade out. You want to get as much hair off as you can with your clippers, with the blades all the way closed before you go back, because I'm gonna go back after this and cut the same area but cut it closer with the edgers to bald it all the way out. Sit still, sit still. I might have to stop a few more times during this video because my little 1-year-old is in there now with our 4-year-old. Got that part cut off. Spray my edges off, clean them up, brush the hair out of them. Check on the. Be right back. Okay. Now we'll cut the same area with the edgers. I'm gonna go a little higher on this side. It's a little low. First with the clippers before I cut with the edgers. Yeah, haircut day. Now I'm gonna do with the edges. I'm gonna cut up against the grain of the hair so that I can get as close as I can get the hair as close as I can to the scalp, or as close to bald as I can. Starting at the hair at the bottom of the hairline, so he'll have no hairline. Less work for me. So I want to try to edge him up around the sides of the head, the back of his head, behind his ears. That could be real sensitive for a kid. I remember when I was younger, and the barbers used to edge me up behind my ears. This little bone back here that it would tickle. Actually, it'd be some kids act like it hurts, but some it may hurt because they're just not used to the clippers. They can't. I mean, if the clippers are too close, they can hurt. So it's just a little sensitive area when you're younger. But the more haircuts you get, the more the blade is around those areas, the less it'll hurt or tickle. Sit back, sit back. You kissing yourself? Who you giving kisses to? Sit back so you won't fall. Here, put your head down, put your head down. There you go. Making sure I get it pretty clean, pretty evenly clean all the way around his head, because you don't want him, you don't want dark spots, it looking all patchy and stuff around the head. Dark light, dark light. You want to evenly light all the way around. If your clippers are getting hot, spray them off with the coolant spray. I'm going to cut his sideburns off so I won't have to edge them up. I'm over here cutting the sideburn off. Hey, bro. Be right back. Over here. Oh, sit still. Brush them off. Pick it out. Make sure things stand even on top. Because I pressed his hair down when I had my hand probably on top of his head. Keep it pretty even. So think about the next step. So next step, I'm gonna put the one guard on like I did with his brother, and I'm gonna start around the crown area, and I'm gonna open the clippers up all the way, the blade, and I'm gonna see what that looks like. I'm gonna go down, starting around the crown area and cutting down from the front of his head to all the way around to the other side. Yeah, I like that. So that the one guard is on, the clipper blade is all the way open. I'm starting around the crown area, going all the way around. To the other side. Here, sit back, sit back. Not all the way back, sit up a little bit. Here you go. Put your head over this way. Now sit up, right? Sit up. Right there. Put your head over that way. There you go. You gotta wait. Okay, got that done. Now I'm brushing the hair off with him. Like hurry up with him. He likes to move, and he said he has to use the bathroom. Sit up. So now I'm do the same thing. Start around the crown, right below where I just started. Sit up, sit up, sit up. I'm holding his head to keep it still as I cut. And I'm cutting down with the blades closed now, same one guard on. I'm gonna go all the way around. And then I'm gonna come back around the head and cut up instead of down to start to fade it. Now I'm just kind of cutting the hair down as much as possible, so I can fade. It'll be easier for me to fade. 1 sec, go check on these other two. Gabriel, come here. Come here. Not done yet. Okay, now I am going to get it all cut down. Now I'm going to begin to fade up. Take my small tooth comb again to fade. Yeah. Right there, right there. Look at the camera. See yourself in the camera? You see yourself? Where's Greg at? Huh? Right there? And now I'm cheating a little bit. Instead of going all the way around with fading that first step with the blade all the way open going up against the grain, I did it on this side. It's not really cheating, you can do it either way. And then I closed the blade, same guard on, and doing the same motion to fade it. Just to fade side by side instead of the whole head at once is what I'm doing. So I'm gonna finish this side, then I'm gonna go to the back, then I'm gonna go to the other side. With the guard on. Now I'm gonna open the guard, open the blades up, all the way up, fading up to the crown. Now I'm gonna close the blades, fading up still to the crown. Eventually I'm trying to fade it from dark to light, fade that line all the way out. Come around to this side. Open the blade all the way up, fade it, close the blade, fade it, all the way to the crown. Now I'm going to take the one guard off, put the half guard on, the 1/16. Open the blade all the way up. Starting in the back now. No rhyme or reason to my cutting. I just kind of do what I feel like. I got a little order to it. Now I'll do this side. Oh no. Finish up with this side with the 1/16 on. Close it now. It was open. Now I'm gonna close it to fade it even more. I'm getting closer and closer to the baldness that I created at the beginning. He should be done probably in the next 7 minutes or so. It's fading that line out that I created at the beginning. Now I'm gonna take, first I'm gonna spray because the clippers are getting hot a little bit. Brush the hair off. Now I took the guards off, opened the blades all the way up, and I'm fading up. Same motion that I was doing with the guard on, but not going all the way up to the crown to create another line. Now I'm just blending it. Kind of using just the first like few teeth of the clippers. The first few, 3 teeth. 1, 2, 3 to fade. But I won't create another line. And then try to fade that line out, then create another one, and then the fade will be all the way up here. So I want to keep the fade around that original line that I made. And to prevent you from pushing your original line up higher and higher when you try to fade it, that's what you do. You use the first few or 4 or so teeth of the blade, and not the whole entire blade, not the whole part, just this first part right here on either side. Sleepy. Sit up. Sit up. Close the blades a little bit to fade it on out so it blends right into the baldness. Okay, bro. What are you doing, man? Now I'm just adjusting the blades as I cut accordingly to the level of the hair, so that I can just get a good blend. So sometimes I have it all the way open, sometimes I have it halfway open or closed, and then sometimes I have it all the way closed, just to get a good fade. So his fade is done. I'm gonna pick it out so I can trim it up, edge him up, put a part in it. His haircut will be done. Hey bro. Hey bro. There you go. I'm supposed to take the tape off. I guess he had enough of his cape, so I'm just leave that off. Get a little hair on him. Shape him up. And well, be still. You gotta be still. On this part, they have to be real still because you don't want to cut into the hair and nick them. Or plug them. I'm just trimming the wild hairs off so I can let it grow out a little bit on top. The wild hairs are the hairs that stick up over most of his other hair. Got the wild hairs. And I'm getting ready to edge them up. Spray the edges off. Clean them and cool them. Try to make it a habit to clean the clippers so that you won't disinfect or you won't infect anybody. Once again, I'm starting to edge up from on the side where the corner of his eye and eyebrow is. Not going too high into the hairline up top. Kind of right where the hairline meets, a little above the natural hairline, just so you can get a good, definite, crispy line. If you want to use the corner of the eye and the eyebrow as a good guide on the side to do the edge up. On most edge ups, some older men who, like myself, who are losing their hair, their hairline is further back, so you kind of got to create a line on the side. But the natural, normal hairline you should edge up right around the corner of the eye and the eyebrow on the side. Straight line, straight vertical line like a box. And then you just want to match those lines that you created. Sit up. Yeah, that. Yeah, that. Now I'm going across the front of his hairline to match, and on the corner over here where that vertical line stops, that's where I'm starting to try to give a perfect 90-degree angle. in the corners. He's falling asleep. Now I gotta hold his head at the same time that I cut. I'm coming to the other side and lining the front half, other half of his hairline up to match the other side and get a perfect 90-degree angle over here. For the side horizontal line, vertical line matches the front horizontal line. Brush them off. Almost done. And he can go take a nap. Ready for a nap? Yep. Check it out and see if it's straight. Not crooked. It's a little crooked, so we'll straighten it out. In order to make sure that it's straight, you really want to be eye level with the person you're cutting. The eye level with the edge up, or with the line, so you can see right in front of them, directly in front of them, so it won't lean. It won't be leaning to one side or another. No. Make sure you pray so that before you start, so that the kids won't hurt themselves like he could have when I just walked out the room and he grabbed that spray. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, now I am going to do the part. So on his part, on his brother's part, I started like directly in the middle, above where his nose is, and went to the right. On his, I'm gonna start more so above his right eye, in the middle of his right eye, and I'm gonna make a diagonal part all the way to the left side of his head, to where his brother's stopped, which was right before the ear. So right above the left eye, in the middle of the left eye, diagonally to the left side of his head, right before, and I'm gonna stop the part right before his left ear. That old school 1990s cut. on his brother. Yeah. No. Comb the excess hair out. Okay. Then on his, what I'm gonna do to make it, I think, to make it look a little better is I'm gonna put the one guard back on my wall clippers, and I'm gonna cut a little bit the hair that's in front of the line, that's in the front of his head right here. That hair, I'm gonna cut that off and fade it from light to dark to the end of this part. So I'm gonna fade it from here to here. Got the one guard on with it all the way closed, and just cutting the hair that's in front of the part down, that's in front of his head, so you can see the part more. And I'm gonna fade it from light, real light, to dark as it goes back, just to give it a little more style. Cut and comb the excess hair out so I can see what I've cut and what I haven't. And I can determine whether or not I need to cut more or not. I'll cut down first. Now I'm gonna go up against it a little bit, just to cut a little closer in the front, right in the middle of his face, and fade it from light to dark still. Take the guard off. I'm gonna cut down with the grain a little more to get a little lighter. Open the blade all the way up. And then I'm gonna go back and clean them up on the edge up a little bit and apart, and he'll be done. When my wife gets home from work, I have a happy wife. The day may have been tough at the job, it should bring a smile to her face. And I did something productive. And I cut her son's hair. okay with the edges. A little darkness right here, I see. He is done. Let's see if we can get a close up. Easy haircut at home. Hope you learned something.